Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Nostalgia Painter. I am the Nostalgia Painter, repainting your childhood one figure at a time. And this week, we're taking a look at Street Sharks. This is Jetpack Jab. I picked this guy up for about 20 bucks Canadian at the local toy store. And man, what a figure this is. This was a very interesting line. This was paired with a cartoon that ran from 1994 to 1997. This is a action figure by Mattel. The basic plot is there was a family, and I think the dad or something was a physicist or something, and turned his kids into shark people. I don't exactly know. I wasn't a big watcher of this cartoon, but I certainly was intrigued by these figures, and I kind of forgot about them. And then when I saw them again, I was like, you know what? These are cool figures. These are very cool figures. So today we're taking this Jetpack Jab, which is very messed up, and we're going to give him a new coat of paint. So here we go. The first thing we got to do, of course, is a little bit of a fig bath. This guy was very dirty. A lot of dust, a lot of grime, a lot of all the stuff that you don't want to see on a figure. So a little bit of soap, a little bit of water, and a trusty toothbrush. Now, the interesting thing about these figures is that the arms and legs are hard plastic, and then the main part of the body is like this rubberized type of stuff. So you can kind of move the heads and manipulate them around and all that. So I was a little worried at first about how the paint would go on, the rubber compared to the hard plastic, but we're going to talk about all of that as we move forward. So here is the cleaned up Jetpack Jab. And with that, we're going to head on over to the painting station.
So I've got to say, I am very happy with how this priming job came out. Look at this. Let's put a side-by-side picture of what this guy looked like beforehand and what he looks like now. He already looks 1,000 times better, right? So we gave him a fig bath, got all the dirt and grime off of him. I was really worried because this body part is rubbery, right? So his eyes are very rubbery, the teeth, but then the arms and the feet are hard plastic. So a couple different styles there. So I was worried about how the primer was going to react, but hot damn. We got a winner. Let's start putting some color on this bad boy. This is going to be fun. All right, so first thing, we've got some Iron Warriors from Citadel paint. We are going to be doing his whole body because I don't know the story behind this, right? Something ridiculous. It's a man that was turned into a shark, and then the shark is now made out of an F-16 body. I don't know the backstory, but don't get me wrong, it sounds amazing. But we're gonna make this steel. The original, I'll put the original colors back up there just so you can see. But we're gonna make this guy a little different. We're gonna give him a little bit of an advanced paint job. Get it watered down just a tiny little bit. And this is basically gonna go everywhere on his upper body, including his arms, but not in his mouth. We got some other stuff going on there. So wish me luck.
So this was by far the most time-consuming part of this project. If you've been paying attention to the previous video, I preach a lot of multiple thin coats. And again, that's what we're doing here. A very thinned down coat of the metallic color. Because this guy's got a lot of detail. That's one of the most impressive parts about the model, is that all those lines, all the rivets, all that kind of stuff. We didn't want to lose any of that. And if you go in with paint that's far too thick, you will lose it. So I did multiple coats of this silver all over the entire body. And the silver went on pretty well. I was quite happy with that. I was still a little bit worried about what potentially could happen with the rubber, because sometimes it still reacts a little bit negatively, even if you have a primer on there. So overall, though, I think it looks pretty darn good.
All right, so here we go. We're it's gonna be a little difficult to see here, but we're going inside of Jetpack Jab's mouth. We're going in with some Screamer Pink from the Citadel range. Give him a nice You know, like I like that the idea of the contrast between the metallics and the flesh colors.
Now, you're going to notice there's a significant difference. On the original figure, they actually left the inside of the mouth, like the very back of the throat, they left it as the metallic color. And I just thought that was so lazy. So I just redid the whole mouth as pink on the inside, and again, multiple thin coats. And then we were going to attack the teeth a little bit later. All right, everybody. I'm going to bring you back up to speed on old Jetpack Jab here. We've moved ahead a few steps, as you can see. So I've done multiple coats of the metallic on his body. We've painted his pants and his gloves, and of course we've redone that mouth, pink all over in the mouth, the teeth, and then we've kind of lightened up the eyes, which we haven't done the pupils yet, of course, but those will be on their way. The other thing I've done, which is a little bit hard to see on this camera, but this side of his body over here, I put on a first base, a black wash, okay? And so that's done to really make all of the, you can see it better up here, I guess, all the lining and whatnot is just going to be a little darker. All those rivet dots, we want those to really stand out. And so, but I haven't done it to this side, right? So that's normal, and this is darkened a little bit. Now what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to do it to the whole model, or the whole figure, and then we're going to dry brush over it back with this same silver color to clean up. You see how it's like really dirty on the flatter areas? So we're going to focus on that, and then we'll probably do some extra highlighting with a little bit of a brighter metallic color as well. So sorry for the bit of a jump here, but we are jumping to the finished product. I ended up losing a bit of footage in between one thing and the other, but this is it. This is Jetpack Jab reimagined. You're going to notice the teeth. They've been washed with a bit of a brown. Here's a comparison to what he looked like before. We made the pants brown. We got the green screens. I don't know what this was supposed to be, but when we get back to the pants, look at that glove. I was really happy with the way the glove came out. Also the bullets on the arm. I think that looks pretty cool. But when we make it back to the pants, look at he's got like screens in his pants. So I painted those screens green. I don't know what the functionality of those were supposed to be, but here you can also see all the detailing with the rivets, and we got that dry brushing going on. So a lot of good stuff. Ending up with Jetpack Jab here. We also did a finishing spray over him, not a glossy, just kind of a matte finishing spray, which will protect him a little bit as he sits on the shelf. But this was a fun fig to do. Very, very fun figure to work on. The two types of material really made it more difficult. But there you go. You can see the green screens on his pants. I don't know. Maybe he's got some superpower pants or something like that. And then the whole mouth, of course, is now colored in with the pink, which I think looks much, much better. I was pretty happy with the eyes as well. They kind of have that very cartoony look to them. And there's the glove, which I was always happy with that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little bit disjointed, but Street Sharks. What an amazing time to be alive, 94 to 97. Stick around for another episode coming up next week, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We will talk to you next time.